This is Colleen Francis at EngageSelling.com. Thanks for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. I have been coaching salespeople on negotiation strategies for over 20 years, and consistently, sellers make one mistake. And that is they jump too quickly to lower their price, even if they're getting something in return. Everybody wants to get into that quid pro quo or that give and take really quickly, lowering the price in exchange for ordering earlier or ordering more or something else that's valuable to you. But don't do that as your first step. The mistake you make is dropping that price, and that's a mistake because that's the new baseline for where your client negotiates the next time. Before you do it, take this one simple step, and that's offer an alternative. Try to find something else that you can negotiate in or out of the deal that doesn't affect the baseline price. For example, years ago, I was negotiating with ConocoPhillips, and our offering was around $300,000 at the time, and they told me they didn't have that in my budget, and so they would have to lower their price. But instead of lowering our price, we offered them an alternative. And that alternative was to simply split up the payments between two of their fiscal years, which really for me was between two different quarters and had no material impact on my business, but it meant the world to them. In exchange, they were able to fit the full project into their budgets, and I was able to keep my price at the originally agreed upon proposal. A win-win for everybody. So do not drop your price, even if you get something in exchange as your first round. Make sure you always offer an alternative, and that alternative is up to you. It could be that you add on free training. It could be that you take the training offline instead of putting it online. It could be that you offer to speed up the process or slow down the process, depending on what's important to them. Only you can determine those alternatives, but try them first, and I promise you at least 40% of your negotiations will end right there without you having to drop your price at all. Thank you so much for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. For more in-depth discussions on topics like this, visit us at EngageSelling.com or any of our social media platforms.